Watatsumi Island is one of the currently accessible islands of Inazuma and is the home of the Sangonomiya clan. It's an island that's based around the sea with corals found on its surface, holding the theme of an underwater paradise. Watatsumi is the home created by the great serpent Orobaxi, Sangonomiya's protective deity. In the world quest, The Moon Bathed Deep, we learned that Watatsumi people originally came from the place called Byakuya no Kuni, which is said to be accessible to the pool in Sangonomiya Shrine. According to the weapon Ascension material, bit of Aerosiderite, after the Archon War, the surviving gods formed the Order of the Seven, governing each element and the seven nations of Tevat. However, there were those who refused to bow under the rule of the Seven and took refuge beyond their dominion, which is referred to as the Dark Sea. One of these gods was the great serpent Orobaxi, and in his refuge he found Byakuya no Kuni. Byakuya no Kuni, which has multiple translations, but what I think to be the accurate translation would be the country of the night, to resemble the darkness in the depths of Byakuya no Kuni, which is described to be. The people of Byakuya no Kuni are considered to be the fairest of them all, but this was mostly a consequence of the place lacking sunlight, for it is as well beneath the sea. According to the weapon Ascension material, Jade Branch of the Distant Sea, these people had nothing. They were abandoned, curled up in the darkness. I personally theorize that the people of Byakuya no Kuni are, or at the very least, comparable to mermaids. Beautiful, mythical creatures that live under the sea. Sangonomiya Kokomi's character design and the overall theme of Sangonomiya resistance are after all based around sea creatures. Though Byakuya no Kuni was shrouded in darkness, the people did have a source of light, which is the Ohirome no Omikoshi, given by the great serpent by breaking the coral branches from its body. These same corals are also what they used to create a giant ladder to climb up after Orobaxi defeated the dragon Air of the Deep that prevented them to reach the surface. Using the large corals that grew from its body, Orobaxi formed Watatsumi Island and shepherded the former people of Byakuya no Kuni. Orobaxi taught them how to farm and smelt, and for giving them a new home, Orobaxi was worshipped by Watatsumi as their protective deity, and creating their own town called Sangonomiya. In turn, Byakuya no Kuni was henceforth renamed to what is now known as Enkanomiya, in juxtaposition to the name of their newfound homeland. However, it does raise the question, how did they fit with Inazuma? Well, if we read the Sacred Sakura cleansing ritual we get from the Thunder Sakura World Quest, it says, seek first forgiveness from Narukami in the skies above, and then Watatsumi from the lands below. Then, recite the prayers to quench the gods' anger. The fact that the people seek forgiveness from both Narukami and Watatsumi seems to imply that for a time, Orobaxi was also worshipped by Inazumans alongside the Raiden Shogun. Orobaxi remained in the western region where he continued to watch over Watatsumi Island and his people. One day, Orobaxi suddenly transgressed and invaded the east without warning, and the Great War took place in Fort Mume in Yashiori Island. Both sides experienced great losses. Raiden Shogun's most cherished Tengu general Sasayuri was slain in the conflict. Losing a precious friend, the shogun unleashed the Musou no Hitotachi, an attack so devastating it split Yashiori Island in half, killing the Great Serpent and formed the Musojin Gorge. Remnants of its power still lingers to this day, and with its god now dead, Sangonomiya announced their surrender. It is unclear why Orobashi transgressed and invaded the east. It raises the question, why the lone god who saved the abandoned people of Byakuya no Kuni and giving them a new home break the peace between the two islands? One would think that Orobashi was a benevolent god who only cared to protect his people. The historian Kujo Michizane, the great calligrapher who wrote the Sangonomiya Chronicles, which states that Sangonomiya acknowledged the shogunate as the supreme ruler of Inazuma after the surrender. We could speculate that the conflict was rooted from deciding who is the supreme ruler of Inazuma. Now that many years have passed, Orobashi's remains still reside on top of Yashiori Island, leaving a festering curse called the Tatarigami, the cause of the frequent thunderstorms in Yashiori Island. 3 years before the travelers' arrival to Inazuma, Sangonomiya once again rises up against the shogunate, not for revenge for the death of their protective deity, but to defend the people from the Vision Hunt decree. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. It does help a lot on a small channel like me. And also, I stream on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/akang. You can drop by and chill with me. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all next time.